Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do. I just really want it over. It's something that's really affected my life, and I just want it over with.
You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all its life. Take the test.
Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
You got $10 million. Because listen, young boy, I don't want the world to know nothing about this because my image. Here goes some money, I'm gonna take care of you. Nobody's gonna say no.
Chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline. Just like all of this, just by accident.
Y'all, this one right here shook the entire internet. Because just when people thought the Jay-Z paternity story couldn't get any deeper, couldn't get any messier,
I wasn't in the ad because of Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori we had communication. He said, yeah, that's why I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50, right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so you image yourself after a gay painter. Okay. Big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
so
this.
Now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they're heartbroken, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself.
couldn't get any more uncomfortable, everything flipped upside down overnight. Rymir Carter didn't just keep fighting. He didn't just keep talking. He didn't just keep pushing. He actually won. A judge finally ruled in his favor, and the moment that decision dropped, all eyes snapped straight to Beyoncé. Not Jay, not the lawyers, not the industry.
I really try not to get frustrated, basically. I really try not to think about it, I go on with my life, because, anything could happen, but, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day. I still gotta work and bring an income for me. I can't sit around, I gotta get up off my feet and do something. I can't wait on the world. Like, I can't say, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out, because, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person, trying to find out things, they so negative to push you down. Like
Beyoncé, because behind the scenes, word had already been spreading that she had been quietly working to block this case from ever seeing daylight. For years, people whispered that her influence helped keep doors closed, papers buried, and conversations shut down. But now, those doors flew open, and that's when 50 Cent stepped back into the picture with that same smirk he always wears when chaos is about to unfold. Because the moment Rymir won that lawsuit, 50 didn't stay quiet.
What makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations, I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy.
He responded. And when 50 speaks, it's never random, it's never accidental, and it's never without intention. What nobody expected was how direct he would be and how boldly he would say what so many people were scared to even think. Jay-Z is his father. And just like that, the silence shattered.
There's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that this how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, this collusion. Who knows what it's for? Money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong but come in here, tell you guys the truth, put our life on the line, come to every court case and give you 100% plus of us, and basically we just got stepped over.
Now, let's rewind for a second, because to understand why this moment hit so hard, you gotta understand where this story really started. Before the billion-dollar empire, before the private jets, before the power couple image, before the carefully controlled perfection. Back in the early 1990s, Jay-Z wasn't the mogul we know today. He wasn't walking red carpets, he wasn't sitting front row at fashion shows. He was still chasing a name, still trying to survive, still moving through the streets, trying to turn hustle into hope.
Here's Dunaway, Wanda's son. She had it when she was 16. It takes 40 weeks to cook a baby. That means she was 15 when she got pregnant. Age of consent in Pennsylvania is 17. Was then, is now. And she was taken across state lines from Pennsylvania to an apartment in New York. Oops.
The detail.
That's how Rymir Carter made it into this world. Take the test, then. That's fine. We'll give you don't know Diddy. Take the test. You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test. Do something. You've been dead beating it your whole life.
During that time, Wanda was just a teenage girl trying to navigate life. According to sworn statements left behind before her passing, she crossed paths with Jay when he was still known as Rock. Their connection, she said, wasn't some fantasy story. It was quick, it was confusing, and it ended without closure. Weeks later, she found out she was pregnant, and after that, Jay was gone.
Him. Why would he be doing that? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Rymir's mother was a minor when she conceived Rymir with Mr. Carter, who was a grown adult. What kind of family man is that? You don't want anyone to know, you or your wife, don't want anyone to know who your actual biological children are, because most of them were created with minors while you were an adult. He's been in court with this young man for the past decade, fighting taking a DNA test. If he's not your kid, take the DNA test. Simple. The young man is not your son. Why have you spent so much money trying not to take a DNA test? Take the DNA test if he ain't your kid. You're such a proud family, man. While you fight back the truth about your firstborn biological son, because you don't want nobody to know that his mama was barely 15 when you made her a mother and you were a grown man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Him and Blue Ivy got the same mouth.
No phone calls, no visits, no explanation, just silence. Years passed, and Wanda tried to build a normal life for her son.
I also have my own kids to take care of. I got so much on my name right now. I never asked for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money. I'm not that type of person. I work for everything, trying to basically make sure no other kids or nobody else in the world has to go through this. Basically, don't feel afraid to go to court. So many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them. And sometimes it only take a little search, go search. And if it's wrong, we're adults. Well, most of us adults, even for the teenagers, it just shows being a role model for them, showing you can't go in the courtroom, and if you're doing everything correctly, you should be able to just get treated as equal. I've always been a person that I never hate anyone. I never, I don't walk around with hate for a person. So I try to teach my kids that just be the best that you can be. So that's just a motto I go off. I would never hate Jay-Z. It was never that type thing. I respect him for everything he did. And as I said, I've been going through a whole lot through these years because this case. First, we didn't have people, slander my name like you want Jay-Z money. I ain't fight. It'll take another 10 years, maybe another 50. Maybe I'll take this to the grave with me, but everybody can say I fought this.
Another man was listed on the birth certificate, not because he was the biological father, but because she had no way to reach the real one. When that man later took a DNA test and was officially removed, everything came crashing down. That moment changed Rymir's life forever, because suddenly the question he had carried quietly became impossible to ignore. Who is my father, and why has he never come looking for me?
He's come out and said, this is just long-term harassment, man. He's like, this thing just won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's his child. That's very disrespectful.
To a man that chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees. It's like all of this just by accident. Just by accident. It's just a coincidence that this man looks like he could be your Irish twin. Are you kidding me?
Her life.
I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that I have listened to actual commentary from his godmother, Lily, who sat with a friend of mine, Liz Croker. I was there, I was present. I heard it come out of her mouth. Wanda was a minor when she got pregnant with Rymir. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York across state lines to bed her while she was allegedly underage. Even though Lily was present when Rymir was, she was very clear on the fact that Wanda was a minor when she was pregnant with Rymir, who was born a year before my son Giovanni. He came 92. That means she got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. Well into his 20s. Allegedly taking teenage girls over state lines. He got unlucky, that condom broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now. Disgusting. Don't nobody want to talk about the other kids that everybody denies don't exist. To be a billionaire that can't get a loan is one thing. But to be a broke billionaire and a deadbeat dad, that's something different.
Yeah. Even Solange's son, the Daniel kid, he said he doesn't have a great relationship with Beyoncé, Jay-Z. What do you feel someone coming out saying, hey, Jay-Z is my father? What does that person want from a Hov if he's He's saying he does not
To
care. You
prove
think
that his mother wasn't a liar, because that's what they said his entire life while she was alive. Denying him makes her a liar. That woman was on the phone with the judge who was harassing her, telling her, demanding that she stop filing for paternity when she gave way and died. His mama died on the phone. Trying to get proper acknowledgement to him. If your mama died like that, would you just sit around and let people keep calling her a liar?
As Rymir grew older, the truth started to weigh heavier. He wasn't asking for fame. He wasn't asking for money. He wasn't asking for handouts. He wanted answers. He wanted honesty. He wanted acknowledgement. So at just 19 years old, he did something most people would never have the courage to do. He took Jay-Z to court.
What was interesting was that Jay-Z's camp basically put out a statement saying that Jay and Puff are not friends and they're not close at all or whatever else. Did you see the two of them interact a lot?
I seen them interact, but I wouldn't say they was close. I believe Puff felt they was close.
Oh.
But if you was a person on the outside looking in, like me and Uncle Paulie used to always talk about it, me and D-Rock used to talk about, yo, why Puff kind of like sucking Jay off so much? You know what I'm saying? Because you'd be like, we done flew to 5 or 6, 7 different concerts that Jay-Z has. But Jay-Z is not at one of Puff's shows. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Rock brunch where Puff will break his neck to get to the brunch, but Jay-Z don't pop up at any of Puff parties. You know, now I can only speak up until 2012. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was breaking his neck. Like, at the end of the day, in our mind, we say, yo, he ain't even invite Puff to his wedding. When he married Beyoncé, Steve Stout and all of them was there. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was kind of in his feelings, but once again.
Oh, Puff was upset he didn't get invited to the wedding?
Of course he was. You know what I'm saying? But you got to remember, we're security, so we're bottom on a topo. So he's not going to show you that it really affects him until you have a little conversation with him, or you say something, or you overhear something. But he didn't get invited to that, you know. Yeah, Jay came through every once in a while, like if we was in a yacht in San Tropez or one of these places like that, Jay might ride up, you know what I'm saying? And it's more or less to show, yeah, I got a yacht too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm out here too. More or less than we're tight friends. I look at it as two people that's getting money because they did have some businesses together, and we did have to go to some meetings together, and it was like, this is how far it goes, but we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, people ask me that all the time. I think Jay ain't really with Puff. It was no personal into it. It would be like if Ron Burgos is flying from LA on his jet, but Jay-Z just so happens to be going to New York too. We all end up on the...
From the very beginning, the case felt cursed. Dismissed, refiled, delayed, transferred, stalled. Every time progress seemed close, something pushed it backward. Powerful attorneys appeared. Technicalities popped up. Jurisdiction arguments suddenly mattered more than DNA. It felt like the system itself kept stepping in front of the truth. And while Jay-Z stayed silent publicly, whispers behind the scenes grew louder.
This is how easy it is. First of all, kids come before everything.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're going to have problems with your kids sometimes, but if you got $1 billion, if you got $10 million, because listen, young boy, I don't want the world to know nothing about this because my image, here goes some money, I'm going to take care of you. Nobody's going to say no. You my son, I love you. I'm going to give you money, I just don't want nobody to know about this. It's easy to manage. The fact,
yeah, but that starts with extortion. That's the first step of extortion.
No, but
once you give someone some money, you are now an ATM.
So you saying someone, no, your son. Like, Vlad, there's a difference between someone and your son that you made. Right or wrong?
Still a stranger though, you don't know.
It don't matter, but if you made him, he's a stranger because of you.
Yeah.
He's a stranger because of you. If you're a stranger, you know what I mean? So my thing is, if you my son, my thing is, I think a son is something all men want, a son.
Yeah.
If once you have a son, you don't care. If he was 40 and you just met him, he's your son. You You be like, yo, especially if you got the means to just do whatever you want. That's the thing I think a regular person like me don't.
People claimed Beyoncé's team was deeply involved, not because she was guilty of anything, but because she was protecting an image that had taken decades to build. The flawless marriage.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
To us, black excellence, right?
that had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brush. You're like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you is this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
The perfect family, the untouchable legacy. Because if this case went forward, it wouldn't just question Jay-Z, it would crack the foundation of everything they represented.
All the fraud on the court, if we just let that, just pass and not say anything about it, they will continue to do anything they want. It's not just with us, it's with people in the world. Like a lot of fraud and a lot of collusion that's just been going on and just been looked over. It's never supposed to happen. And I will not let that pass. I'm not letting the lawyers get away with that. They will not go in the courtroom of justice and just lie like that and continue to get praised off it, or use this lie to benefit off all these years. Like, we've been going to court, putting our hard-earned money out there, and we going in there to fight fraud. That's just that's craziness. That's really craziness. And I don't think nobody in the world should have to go through that. You going in there, you paying your hard-earned money. You got these lawyers that just frauding and putting anything they want basically in the courtroom, and the judges is just allowing this to go on. I honestly believe that both of them should be holded responsible for this, because you guys, this is you guys' job, and if the judge can't see this or overlook it, I can understand a mistake, but just throughout the years, to continue to overlook fraud it's just craziness to me. Like, come on, it's right there in your face. If you can't see that, then...
Years turned into more than a decade. Rymir kept pushing. His mother passed away before she ever saw justice, leaving behind a signed statement detailing everything she said happened. And that document became fuel for a son who refused to let his mother's voice die with her. That's when the story took a wild turn nobody saw coming. 50 Cent entered the chat. At first, people thought he was trolling. Then they thought he was joking. Then they realized he was serious. 50 didn't just comment online. He didn't just post memes. He allegedly helped fund legal efforts. He spoke openly about wanting the truth exposed, not out of kindness, not out of sympathy, but because 50 has always had one rule: nobody should be protected just because they're powerful. And suddenly, the case that had been buried for years started moving again. Judges stopped dismissing it so easily. Paperwork got reviewed instead of ignored, and eventually, something shocking happened. Rymir won a major legal victory. The court ruled that earlier actions taken to block the case, including interference connected to Beyoncé's camp, were improper. That ruling didn't say Jay-Z was guilty, but it said something just as important. The truth deserves to be heard, and that changed everything. Because once that judgment hit the system, the internet exploded. Blogs went wild. Law channels broke it down. Fans picked sides. And that's when 50 Cent finally spoke again. This time, not joking, not hinting, not playing. He posted with confidence and made it clear where he stood. Jay-Z is his father. No allegedly, no dancing around it, just straight words, coming from someone who's been in the industry long enough to know exactly how dangerous those words are. But here's the twist. 50 didn't sound angry. He didn't sound bitter. He sounded certain, like someone who had seen too much behind closed doors to pretend otherwise. And when people asked why he cared so much, his response was simple: everybody deserves to know where they come from. That line hit hard, because at the center of all this drama isn't a billionaire, it's not a superstar, it's not a brand. It's a man who grew up wondering why his father never showed up, a man who watched that same father become one of the most celebrated figures in music history, a man who carried that weight silently while the world praised greatness. Imagine watching your possible father praised as a legend while you struggle just to be acknowledged as human. That kind of pain doesn't fade, it grows. And now that the legal door has reopened, the pressure is heavier than ever. Fans started asking questions Jay-Z never had to answer before. Why not just take the DNA test? Why fight it so hard? Why let this stretch across decades? Why allow lawyers to speak instead of clarity? And most importantly, if he's not the father, what's there to hide? Meanwhile, Beyoncé stayed completely silent. No statements, no posts, no responses. And somehow, that silence spoke louder than anything else. Because for someone who usually controls every narrative, every image, every moment, this time she couldn't. The story was moving without her permission, and that terrified people. Not because Beyoncé did anything wrong, but because her entire life has been built on control, discipline, and perfection. This situation shattered all three. Inside their household, things were rumored to be tense. People claimed conversations were happening behind closed doors that had never happened before. Questions that couldn't be dodged. Emotions that couldn't be managed by PR teams. Because no matter how powerful you are, family issues hit different.
You can't trademark pain. You can't outspend truth. And you can't silence a man fighting for his identity. Rymir didn't celebrate the lawsuit win like someone chasing clout. He didn't brag, he didn't gloat. He simply said he was thankful his mother's voice was finally being heard. That alone made people pause. This wasn't a circus. This was grief. This was unfinished business. This was a son asking for recognition before it's too late. And when 50 Cent doubled down afterward, people realized this story wasn't going away. He hinted that more information could surface, more documents, more testimony, more pressure. And the timing couldn't be worse for Jay-Z. With the industry already under scrutiny, with old secrets being pulled into the light, the idea that another untold story might surface made executives nervous. Because once one truth breaks free, others follow. The emotional weight of this situation can't be overstated. If Rymir is telling the truth, that means he lived his entire life without a father who could have changed everything, not with money, but with presence. No birthdays, no phone calls, no guidance, just distance. And if Jay-Z isn't his father, then why let this destroy reputations for so long instead of ending it with a test? That question hangs heavy in the air. Fans are divided. Some believe Jay is protecting his family. Others believe he's protecting himself. And many believe the truth sits somewhere in between. What makes this story heartbreaking isn't fame, it's time. Time lost, time wasted, time that can never be returned. Because even if answers come tomorrow, Rymir can't get back the childhood he spent waiting. He can't recover the nights his mother cried quietly. He can't rewind years of uncertainty. All he can do now is keep walking forward. And that's exactly what he's doing. 50 Cent, for his part, seems determined to make sure the world keeps watching. Not because he hates Jay-Z, but because he hates silence more. He's always said the industry protects its own, until someone refuses to play along. And this time, Rymir didn't. Neither did 50. As the case continues to unfold, one thing is undeniable. This story is bigger than hip-hop, bigger than celebrity, bigger than gossip. It's about identity. It's about accountability. It's about truth finally knocking on doors that stayed closed for decades. And whether Jay-Z responds or not, whether Beyoncé speaks or stays silent, the world already feels the shift. Because once a man stands up for his name, there's no pushing him back down. The victory in court wasn't the ending, it was the beginning. A beginning of questions nobody can ignore anymore.
A beginning of conversations people tried to bury. A beginning of a truth that's been waiting a long time to breathe. And now that it finally has room, there's no telling where this story goes next. One thing's for sure though, the crown feels a little heavier, the silence feels louder, and the past, it's done waiting. Because sometimes, no matter how long you run, the truth still finds its way home.